Probably the biggest question that I get asked about social media for businesses is, which platform should I be on? I feel like I should be everywhere, but it just takes so much time to be in all the different places. So let's look at that in this quick video of where should I be on social media and where should I be posting? Facebook is basically the original gangster when it comes to social media platforms. It's the one that most of us are most comfortable with. Facebook's market is primarily women who are aged from 35 to 65. Now, to be fair, primarily women is the majority of most social media platforms, but please don't be skewed. If you've got men on your page or your main customer is men, there are plenty of those on Facebook too, okay? You can access all of them. Facebook is in the most countries with the most users of any other platform on socials. It is the one where people go for conversations. You'll find more conversations and more interaction on Facebook than most other platforms as well. Certainly it's the place where businesses for the majority cut their teeth and then generally progress to adding in Instagram. Facebook also owns Instagram. It also owns WhatsApp, which is something that doesn't really get used as much here in Australia. WhatsApp is a quick messaging service. So it's not something that we can create long-term platforms of information that people can scroll back through. So for the most part, a lot of people in Australia tend not to use WhatsApp for business. The majority use Facebook and Instagram. Instagram started out as an image sharing service. So it's just where people would upload images, and over time they developed adding hashtags. Hashtags are basically a searchable feature that you could pop into Instagram's search bar and say gardeners of Gippsland, for example, and everything that had the hashtag gardeners of Gippsland would pop up. The trouble with that over time is that if we just wrote gardeners, millions of people across the world are tagging their photos with gardens and gardeners. If we go back to my favorite that I've been using throughout this video series, Fred's Happy Shoe Sales, I'd hate to think how many people might have done shoes or the word Fred's or anything like that. So one of the troubles that Instagram does have is it's a fantastic place to put your fantastic images, brilliant images, but it's a place where you can very, very easily get lost. We've talked in other videos about the importance of making sure that your location is in your Instagram, and in fact search by location and searching by people who like similar things to you on Instagram is how your pages are going to get seen most. Now, there's another platform for business owners which is fantastic if you are a business-to-business person or you would like to find, meet and network and collaborate with other business people. That's called LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a little drier than your average social media. It's made more for business-to-business people to network together. It's a fantastic place though. It has evolved considerably over the last 4 or 5 years. And over the last 4 or 5 years, it has allowed a lot more businesses to come together, check each other's credentials, see some other people that might recommend this person that you may know. So you might know someone who's recommended somebody else who might be helpful for you, and to actually share information. So that's a place where if you work business to business, you can actually use your profile page on there to get information out. So that's fantastic for consultants, accountants, all of those sort of professional type things. But there are a lot of retailers who are there to meet other retailers and specialists as well, because a retailer needs an accountant too. So they're the three main. There are many, many more. If you have a younger audience and if you're someone who enjoys video, TikTok is the fastest growing social media platform, and I really recommend you go and have a look around there. It started off quite infantile with a bunch of 12-year-old kids doing dances, but what you'll find now is that us Gen Xers and the likes are taking over, as we so often do on a social media platform. But let's stick to Facebook and Instagram because they're where you are going to find your most clients. So Facebook. What is the beauty of Facebook? I've spoken before about algorithms. There's no one big algorithm, but the algorithm is essentially how your information gets out to other people. There's no one big algorithm. There's a series of if this happens, then that happens, which might boost up your posts. But the best thing you can do is create great content and put it in front of the people who you want to talk to. So how do you find them? It's important to understand how ranking works. On Facebook, a personal profile, an actual individual person, is the fastest moving way that information travels. It's the highest rank. Groups come a close second, and following that is pages. And it's because pages are essentially pay to play. They want you to spend some money and advertise. But as a local business, you really shouldn't have to do that. The best way for you to get your information seen on Facebook is to follow 3 principles. Be consistent. I don't care if it's 1 post a week or 10 posts a week. Pick a number that you can work with easily and comfortably and just do it consistently. Okay? So either 1 post a week, 3, 5, 10, it really doesn't matter. The second one is get it in front of the right people. Here in East Gippsland, we have a fantastic group which is called Supporting East Gippsland Businesses. Make sure that when you pop a post up that you think is really good, go and share it into there. The other thing you can do is create your own groups. If your business has a special interest, say it attracts people who like cooking, for example, because you sell cooking appliances, why not make a cooking group and allow people to share recipes in there, and you've built a community of your own. The other thing that you can really make sure you do is make sure that your content is applicable to the people who are interested in your business. I like to use something called the 60-30-10 principle. So 60% of your information should be about things that relate to your business or your product. They don't have to be about what's happening in your store, okay? It can relate. So say you do sell cooking utensils, recipes is a good option. Seasonal fruits is a fantastic option for you too. The latest in whether gas or electric cooking is more helpful. You can run polls. So information where it's related to your business directly or what your business does. The 40% is what's happening in store. Now, I'm not talking about what you're selling here. That's coming up. But what's happening in store? What's interesting going on in your business right now? This is where you can tell those stories we've talked about before. And it's where you can show images of what's actually happening in store. And then 10%, just 10 little itty bitty percent is where you're allowed to sell your products. Flog products to your heart's content, but only do it for 10% because people aren't coming to your social media page or hoping to see your social media posts on their newsfeed in order to be advertised at. Social media is social and social media is mental chewing gum. So they're not coming there for you to tell them what to buy. But if you've built up a really interesting profile, if you're giving them interesting information, if you're engaging them with things that they want to see and hear and you're having conversations with them, then they will be genuinely interested when you tell them that your kitchenware is the pots are on sale this week, or peelers are $2 next week, or whatever it is that you have that you would like to talk about, if you've got a new range in, or those sorts of things. So 60-30-10 is a fantastic principle for Facebook. 60% of your information is about things to do with your industry and your products, but not happening necessarily in your business. 40, did I say 30, 40, 60, 30, 10, sorry. 30% is about what is happening in your business and just 10% is happening in sales. So that's a bit of a fun rundown of how Facebook works. Okay, let's look at Instagram. In Instagram, it works a little bit different to Facebook. What you can do in Instagram is you can use images or videos. It's 100% visual based. And then you can also add a little bit of text if you like, but it's all visuals, 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 as opposed to Facebook, which is communication, communication and conversation. Instagram is visuals, visuals, visuals. Instagram's head has recently released information that says we are no longer a square image sharing platform. We are now moving more into video, and that is to compete with their largest competitor. Remember I said before, TikTok is moving through very, very fast. So Instagram is leaning more and more and more to video. If you're not using video in your social media posts on whatever platform, you're missing out, because video is by far the most highly ranked, highly shared, and largest consumed type of post anywhere on social media. And it does not matter what platform you are. Video is king and has been for some time. I know video is scary. Look, I can get up here and ramble on at you for 25 minutes and I'm used to it these days. But the first time that I wanted to do this, I was genuinely terrified. The best advice I can give you is just press the button. I promise nobody dies when you go on video. It feels scary at first, but just get it done. People will be drawn to the fact that you are nervous and that you are imperfect. You are not required to keep doing things keep taping it so that it's perfect. I just lost my train of thought while we were talking then, and then I just tripped up over my words and now I'm laughing at you. Totally unprofessional. Perfect for social media though, because it makes you understand that I am a real person who is thinking while I'm talking, while I'm shooting a video. So don't be scared of using videos. Go out there and stuff it up. It's really important to remember that it really only lasts for 3 days at the maximum anyway, and then everybody's moved on and forgotten about it. And if you really don't like it, you can always hit that big red delete button. So get out there and use video. Instagram uses video in lots of different ways. So the first most important way it uses it is in what's called Reels. Reels is short, up to 1 minute now videos that don't last, okay? They go up there and you say, hey, this is what we're doing. I've been doing this and this is brand new in store and here's something new that we want to talk to about. Or you want to come in and get real close to an object and say, here's all the teeny tiny details that you might have not seen. Or you might want to do a demonstration with a product. So going back to those pots, you might want to do a cooking or show something from your home that you might have cooked in that pot that you sell in your store. Video is perfect for all of those. And Reels is where you can get it told in 60 seconds. I bet you can guess that I have trouble with that, but we all get better at it the more that we do it. That will then archive on your your Instagram page under the Reels tab. If you're not familiar with that, you can have a bit of a look around at some other pages and you will find Reels tabs. It looks, not surprisingly, a bit like a press play with a clackerboard on it. The other way that video is used a lot is in stories. Instagram stories last 24 hours. After that, you need to either archive them or they disappear. So Instagram stories is, hi, here's some brand new interesting piece of news for you. Use those though. You might think, oh, it's only lasting 24 hours, but what's the point of that? If you're just starting out, the thought of something only lasting 24 hours is pretty much a godsend, okay? So get up there, use your phone. If you're doing Instagram, make sure that your phone is this way, portrait. And if you're shooting videos for Facebook, they can be horizontal, but you make sure they're portrait for Instagram. And get out there and create lots of videos and then upload the ones that you like. It's good fun. The next one that you can use in both Facebook and Instagram is live, where you just hit that button and you go live and you start talking. Live has a really high attraction rate, and I cannot recommend enough the development that you'll go through getting used to videos when you start doing live videos is just really just miles ahead of shooting something and recording it and editing it later. So if you get stuck, there are lots of Google, Instagram and Facebook tutorials, or you can reach out at me at Sticky Marketing and Events on Facebook or on Instagram, and we can help you through with those things. Again, you can reach out to East Gippsland Marketing as well. So thank you for that. I hope that helps you decide which one you should use, Facebook, Instagram, or both. And I'll see you on the next video.